CNN is able to tell you now that NBA star Kobe Bryant was on board that helicopter and is now dead at the age of 41.
I am at a complete and utter loss for words. The only thing that I can think of to describe how I'm feeling right now is just complete and utter shock. I don't even know how to start this. I'm just so floored. I filmed this. I've been watching CNN for the last 15 minutes as soon as I heard the news, and I just rushed right back down here after I was editing a video because I feel like I need to make this because Kobe Bryant deserves that. Kobe Bryant was just confirmed dead outside of LA in a helicopter crash earlier today. He was 41, and the events surrounding his death are just, it's ridiculous. Just last night, Kobe was in Philadelphia watching LeBron pass him on the all-time scoring list. And the final tweet he sent out last night was congratulating LeBron on passing him in points. I just followed Kobe on Instagram yesterday, 2 days ago. The world is in a complete state of disarray right now. I mean, half the world is on fire. Half of China is sick from what I've been hearing. Kobe Bryant just drops dead. Like, I just feel like the world is on a tipping point right now, just with all of this horrible, horrible stuff going on. And it is so crazy because I've been watching TBS all day, and they're having a marathon up to the Justice League series, or not the series, the Justice League movie, and they're playing all the movies before that in succession. And I just finished watching Batman vs. Superman, and if any of you have seen that movie, oh god, it feels so weird talking about this because, oh my god, because at the end of the movie, the entire country is mourning the death of Superman. Hundreds of thousands of people honored him as he was buried, and not 20 minutes later, I check Instagram, and I saw that Kobe was dead. And at first, I thought it was a joke. And then I saw on multiple news sources, and then I scrambled on my phone to find a reliable news source, and I saw that Waj from ESPN reported it, and I'm like, oh god, it's real. Why does it feel like it's not why does it? It is. We have lost so many great athletes, like in the last 3 or 4 years, that it just makes me sick to think about it. Like we almost lost David Ortiz when he got shot on vacation. Tyler Skaggs last year. Jose Fernandez. I'm not sure how many. I don't know if anybody really knows this about me, but the season right before he died, I watched the Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez pitch at Wrigley Field. And when I heard he died, I felt so weird about it because I watched him pitch. I saw him. He pitched at a game that I was at. I don't mean to bring religion into this, but it's stuff like this that kind of it's stuff like this that turns me away from the idea of a God that wants to help us. Because me personally, I've lost 5 people under the age of 18 in my life. And now probably the best, a top 5 player of all time in the sport of basketball, just hours after he's supporting a fellow great and passing him in points, he just dies in his hometown in a plane crash or a helicopter crash. And I just learned this today. Apparently Kobe did that all the time. He has a private helicopter that he flies around in all the time to get to games and stuff. And he did that because it was easier on his body. I'm just pulling facts that I found on CNN. But I'm just at a total loss for words. And I play a lot of NBA 2K18, as you guys know. I play a lot of that in my free time, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to play that in the next few weeks, because in the 2018 version, every time you play the Lakers, Kobe joins the announcers in the first half. And that, I'm just at a complete shock. I don't know what to do with myself. And the worst part is, it might not just be him. It's not just him. He was one of 5 people to die in that helicopter crash. And Kobe doesn't fly in his private helicopter with just anybody. So I am not aware at this time I'm recording this who else died in the crash, but I don't want to think about it. But it's hard not to. I'm just at a complete loss for words. Me and my family didn't really start paying heavy attention to the NBA until a couple of years ago when my brother really got into it. My little brother loves basketball. He loves NBA ball. He buys a bunch of NBA jerseys. He follows it a lot. He plays more 2K than I do, which is a lot. And he really liked Kobe Bryant. And I was just thinking the other day, in practice, some of you swim guys know this, in practice, when the set is over, they have a workout posted on. They wet down a sheet of paper and we put it on a whiteboard thing, and when that's done, we take it off and we shoot it in the trash. And sometimes we're like Kobe when we shoot it in the trash, but it's gonna be weird doing that now, because my reflex is always to just Kobe whenever I shoot something. That's just something I say. I'm just so floored by this, because these last few years I've really learned to appreciate life, and I feel like I am more intensely aware than most that at any point in any day, in any week, month, year, that I could get hit by a car and die, or someone I know or someone in my family could have the same fate. And I feel like I'm more acutely aware of that than pretty much anyone I know. It's just something that has happened to me over time as the people I've lost have grown in number. Bottom line, I'm very depressed by this news, and I'm sure the rest of the sports world is too. Like, one of the CNN analysts, I think Omar something, I don't know, but he was just talking about how he was watching Kobe's final game where he scored 60 points in Utah, and he had to be at work at 3 a.m. and that game didn't end till 1, so he didn't sleep that night, and he about teared up on the air, and I really can't blame him. But I'm just at a complete and utter loss for words. And I don't know what else to say, but Kobe Bryant, you are a legend, and you will be deeply missed by the entire world, because he wasn't just an American phenomenon. He's had impact throughout the globe, and I feel awful for his kids, because his oldest daughter is rising through the prospect ranks in high school, and this entire situation just breaks my heart, and I've just felt like puking for the last half hour just because of this. And I've been seeing a lot of Kobe Bryant highlights as of late, because the anniversary of his 81-point game was the other day, and LeBron just broke a bunch of his records recently, and so he's been around a lot on that, and I've seen a lot of his highlights on social media. I have a few of them saved, and I am sad that I didn't learn to appreciate him more when I was younger, because you may see me as a bit huge sports guy, but I was a late bloomer. I didn't really start paying attention to sports and stuff until like the 5th grade. And I like have evolved from football to hockey to baseball to NBA basketball in that order from the 5th grade. And I'm a bit of a late bloomer, but I feel like I'm very educated all around in sports now, and I wish I would have paid more attention to Kobe when I was younger, because he was just such a prolific athlete. And can you name anyone else who's had not one but 2 of their jerseys retired by the same team just because he wore 2 different numbers? That will never ever happen again. I don't know. Well, I just felt like I had to make this, and yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys recover from this as well as me.